Hey, diecast fans and collectors. This is a video I've been saying I'd make for a little bit. Um, Me and my wife are gonna explain why we don't really buy main lines anymore out in the wild. And we're just kind of gonna go into that now because it's kind of a weird thing, like I used to and now I don't, and I'm explaining why I've decided to make this change. Um, One thing that was just a small factor that pushed me into doing this is I live in a bigger town now than I used to. And things are very different when it comes to hunting main lines. It can be kind of like anxiety inducing if there's like a car I really, really, really want in a main line and like I can't find it. I most of the time I do find it, but then I talk uh myself into doing it more because as you guys know, I've explained my wife really likes blind bags and mystery things
I do.
and stuff like that. And she, keep in mind, she's not on social media and stuff and doesn't see like all the new Hot Wheels like I do. Like I don't see all of them. There's still some in the boxes when I get them that surprise me. Um so it's basically like a big blind bag for my wife cuz she does enjoy Hot Wheels. I've said this many times.
I
And
do.
when we buy a case, every car in that case is something new she has not seen yet. So it is a big fun thing for her because you guys saw how energetic she was in the video where we opened which case was that? The next case we're buying is L. I'm gonna get L case next because how I'm doing it, guys, is I'm skipping every other case. I know if I bought every single one, I could have every single treasure hunt for the year, but I'm not really into that. If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. It's whatever. Um, but I'm gonna get every other case. So every other case that comes out. So our last case was I think it was J case. Yes, it was J case. I'm gonna go to L next because L, every single car in L is new. There will be no repeats from J. They're all new cars, all of them. They're all new cars I do not have in my collection. And another nice thing about getting cases too is new cases can be very damaging to my wallet because they just come out of nowhere. Like it's just like I go in the store, boom, there's new cars, and I've had times where I've literally had to come home and scrape together what little bit of what all my quarters and my dimes and stuff, and I went back and I paid for like an entire case with my dimes and quarters, and it's just a lot better to buy the cases because that's my most like damaging thing that I buy is my case is like new cases when they come out in the store because I usually spend when new cases come out I usually spend anywhere from depending on the case I usually spend anywhere from like $60 to $70 or whatever on the new case because I buy one of every model and then there's a couple I might buy one or two of because it's a new casting and I might want one for a custom. um and another good thing too about getting cases is I get a lot of doubles. So since I am a customizer, I am basically supplying myself with extra wheels. And like I'm gonna get like a big collection of extra wheels. Like I literally the cars that I got extras, they're in that thing I got in my hunt video at Goodwill. The store display thing. All my extras are in there, and there's probably room for the next extras. That I would say the next one is probably gonna be towards the end of this month because they are now having K case for sale. So I'm pretty sure L should be going up probably in the next couple weeks, 3 weeks at the most. Um, but yeah, I just like buying the cases now because it's a lot better for me because I'm not just in the store and they come out of nowhere and it's like a bunch of money. I mean, it is more money to buy the cases, but I would rather have that be a thing where I've been prepared for that to come out instead of just there it is. And I do have money aside for like special cars, like Silver Series cars and stuff like that. But those aren't as damaging because they're usually only like $20 a set or something like that. I don't even mess with premiums because they're overpriced and I can't justify paying that for them. And I can't even justify paying for Auto Worlds anymore, sadly. Those went up way too high. I will not buy Auto Worlds anymore. I'll buy the ones at Target that are like plastic variant wheels. Those ones I will buy. I will buy those ones. But yeah. Uh the reason I have decided to get cases, one of the main factors being it brings my wife a lot of joy when we get them because it's like a big mystery box to her. She has no idea what's in there. And, I know some of the cars that are in there, and I know she's going to go mad for a couple of the ones that are in the next case. There is a couple in there I know she's going to love. Uh, and it's just really cool for me. And it's something for me and her to do together, too, is just like unbox them and stuff. It's a lot of fun. You saw we had a lot of fun unboxing them, and then we raced them, and it was a lot of fun. It's kind of a lot more fun that way. And I mean, I see the aspect of people like, oh, well, where you're not hunting, so that's like not really like collecting or whatever. But I more like to hunt for things that are like at resale stores for decent prices and like Goodwill and places like that, thrift stores. I really like hunting for aftermarket cars. That there's just something really awesome more about hunting for aftermarket cars than new cars. Because new cars, you go to the store, it's the same old thing. It's like, oh, I seen that. Oh, I seen that. Oh, I seen that. Like after you get the one case, it just becomes boring. It's like, oh yeah, I already have all those cars. And it's you go to thrift stores, it's like you're gonna go in there every time and you're gonna see something. Not every time, but most of the time. But whenever they get new stock, you're gonna go in there and everything they have in there is gonna be something you probably have not seen before. And it's like, whoa, dude, like I don't see these cars every day. I rarely see new cars in the thrift store. I have seen them like around Christmas. I see a lot of newer cars that aren't that old, but most of the time it's cars from like my childhood, from like the 90s and the early 2000s and things like that. And it's like, I really like finding those cars out in the wild. It's really cool. Um, but yeah, that's why we buy cases now because I would rather have more, like, focus more of my cash towards buying, aftermarket cars than buying the ones in the store. I honestly don't like shopping in big stores for Hot Wheels. I honestly love just going to like places where they're loose and stuff, or if I get lucky and find a place where they're all in the package. And I know of two stores that I tell some of my very close friends about that sell brand new Hot Wheels from like the 90s and the early 2000s, brand new in the package for like $2, and that's not bad. But yeah, um, I've been saying I'd get into why, and that's why. It brings my wife more enjoyment. It's not as financially damaging to me, like just out of nowhere. Like, oh, I go in the store and sometimes there can be a dump bin and there could be two new cases in there, and that's when it really hurts when it is a case like the one I'm going to buy and it has all new cars in it. Because I'm like, oh boy, dude. And I almost end up paying what I pay for the case anyway, because when there's a case like that, I usually end up paying like $70, $60 and something like that. And like to buy a case, it's only like 130. And I get those extra cars. Usually it's only like because Hot Wheels went up in price, it's usually only like 50 some cars or whatever. And if I buy the case, that's 25 more cars. I don't know, maybe the math don't work on that, but I just like buying the cases now. And I really, for the foreseeable future, believe that's how we're going to collect. I hope that maybe someday I can get something going where I can get a bit more funds and maybe we could buy Matchbox cases too, because I do want to buy those. And the thing with those is you kind of do have to buy every single one, but there's less of them, so it kind of works. So like I'd rather buy like my Matchboxes and my mainline Hot Wheels in cases. Silver Series, I'll still hunt for those. Those can be kind of fun to hunt for. Um, and like the cars at Target, like the Ultra Hots and the Retro series or whatever that I keep forgetting what it's called, the name of that one that's coming out at Target. But like I like hunting for the special cars, like main lines. I don't know, man. It's just after a while it gets boring. You go in the store, it's like, oh, I've already seen this car like 50 times today. Like, yeah. But yeah, that is why we buy cases now, because it, makes my wife a little bit happier and brings her a little bit more enjoyment in this hobby. And if that's going to make her more happy, I will sacrifice the extra money to give her a little more enjoyment out of the hobby me and her share together. So yeah, if you guys are wondering, then that's why. It's mostly because my wife, she enjoys it. She enjoys just getting the box and not knowing what's in there. It's like a big mystery box to her, and she loves things like that. I go out and hunt with her all the time for new mystery boxes. We have a lot of little toy things here and there, like little Sonic figurines and Mario and things like that, and she likes buying little mystery boxes of little toys. I've thought of making some for her sometimes, but I don't know, that kind of takes the fun out of it. But all right, guys, that's why. And sorry there was no video this week. I was feeling really good this week, so I decided to go out and try to find some work. Like you guys know, I've said a lot, I'm not reliable when it comes to being on a schedule, but I can do odd jobs. And I was out on my bike. I made a cardboard sign, put it on my backpack. I was out on the Meltdown, if you guys have seen that bike. I was out on that bike and I was riding all over like 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever. And I was riding around different stores, different parking lots, different towns and stuff. And I just had the sign on my back and had my phone number on it, hoping someone would call me and give me some work. And no luck, but I was out there trying to do something, and that's what matters. I'm not sitting around doing nothing, because right now I felt like I could do something. I was like, oh dude, I'm feeling good today, so I'm gonna go out and like try to find some work, and that's what I wanted to do, and I couldn't find nothing. But yeah, I do have a video coming of the car show I went to. I actually entered my car in the car show. I was really surprised my car didn't win anything. A lot of people checked it out. But yeah, I didn't pay anything for it anyway. They pretty much let me enter the car for free, so no harm done. I had a lot of fun. Hung out with some friends from school and stuff. And as for this week with fines, I really only got 2 new vehicles. I got an M2 and a premium car that was sent to me by Mattel for a Silver Series truck I got that was messed up, and I didn't notice until I was about to race them. And I can't do that set, guys, because I can't find a track that fits those trucks. The Toyota trucks, they won't fit on the track. None of them will. I think only one will, and I can't race one truck. But yeah. I mean, I can try again. I might have another track. I actually haven't tried on the Hexagon track yet, so I should maybe try that one. But I have to go downstairs now and get them out because I already put them away. But alright, I've talked enough in this video, guys. I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit of information about, it was a big sudden thing. Like, oh, I'm just not going to buy main lines anymore. I'm going to buy cases. Like, why? Why would I do that, I just wanted to let you guys know because I like our little community we got growing here, and I'm really surprised that, this is just something I started for myself to, like, document my collection, and, people want to see it and hear me talk about stuff, so, yeah. Anyways, thanks for checking this out, guys, and, I'll see you guys later. Bye.